This is what happens when we're talking about different markets, shall we say, different markets. So when it's a buyer's market, so let's just talk about the market that we've just come from. When we're all talking about it being a buyer's market, okay, you have, so, and we're looking at price, we're looking at a price gradient, so gradually increasing going this way. You'll have buyers and vendors both going in the same direction. They both understand that the market is decreasing. The market is in decline. Vendors are chasing buyers and buyers are moving further down the line. And that is what is determined as a buyer's market. Now, when it's a vendor's market, okay, so when prices are rising, everyone is going in the same direction. So you've got buyers that know, oh crap, we're going to have to buy because it's a buyer's market, because it's a vendor's market, and vendors are chasing more dollar. They have more room to have a greater ambition moving forward. And that's what we declare as a vendor's market. Right now, we can't define the market. And this is what's happening. Right now, buyer and vendor behaviors are, because of what's going on in the media, vendors are trying to be more ambitious. And again, we completely appreciate that they're entitled to do so. Buyers are anchoring down, trying to stay at this market level or trying even to get a bargain still. Now, what's happening is this gap here between vendors and buyers is increasing because of the fact that vendor behaviors are on the rise. Buyer behaviors are either still trying to be on the decline or at the very least anchoring down to where they are. And this gap right here is increasing in a pretty big rate, actually. When they're both moving in the same direction, this gap remains consistent, which means that as an agent, you've got a bit more of an understanding as to how to operate with buyers and vendors with regards to scripts, dialogues, actions that you should take, all those sorts of things, strategies. But when we're in this kind of market, you've got two separate elements operating in two very different marketplaces. And that's a significant point, both for agents and for you clients as well, you consumers. If you're a vendor in the current marketplace, yes, you can potentially afford to be a little bit more ambitious, but you cannot ignore the fact that buyers are still being very, very conservative. Record prices aren't being achieved. They're not. When they are, agents are so quick to broadcast that out. So pay attention to when agents start putting out record price here, record price there, record price everywhere. Because that's when you know that everyone's pulling in the same direction and you're in a vendor's market. But when we are not in a vendor's market right now. We're in a market of transition. And as a result of that gap, which is the gap that's what agents have to manage. That's what agents have to manage right there, is that gap between vendors and buyers. And when that grows, their job becomes increasingly difficult.